All right, guys, we sold an ornament. If you guys remember, recently I picked up some grab bags with some Christmas ornaments in them from a thrift store, and there was some extra, or what I consider extra ornaments, so they weren't the ornaments that I grabbed the bags for. And this one, this blown glass wine bottle was in there. This one I just considered an extra one, and it already sold on eBay for $8, so I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this packaged up and shipped out. I already packaged these up, but if you guys remember the Coach sandals that I recently picked up at the thrift store, those ended up selling very quickly over on Poshmark. So I'll pop that comp up on the screen. This was another quick sale off of our little knickknack table here. I haven't had this very long at all, but this is a Harry Potter interactive wand. This one is actually from Universal Studios, and this one sold for $27 on eBay. So this bag actually ended up selling very quickly as well. I just listed this. It's a Coach camo print backpack. Now I did underprice this a little bit because there is some condition issues. As you can see, like up at the top here, there's some cracking along the seam, which I did mention, and then some wear in all of the corners. There's no holes or anything. The straps also have a little bit of wear. You can see here. They look like they got scratched or snagged on something. Maybe even a dog or something kind of bit into them. I'm not really sure where those little marks came from, but I did photograph all of that. I did mention that. But the best part is this sold over on Mercari, and I ended up selling it for $57 plus the buyer paid shipping, which means there's no fees for me. So I actually get paid out $57. So no seller fees on Mercari. So that's great. I'm still making a decent profit. I only paid $10 for this, so I'm making about a $47 profit. If this were in better condition, this would have been over $100, or at least $100 sale. This Nike piece also sold very quickly. I shared this in a recent video. I picked this up at Goodwill. It's the Aero Swift fabric quarter zip pullover, and this also sold over on Mercari for around $48. And no seller fees. So another great sale. I did sell one pair of kids shoes. These are some kids Choco sandals, and these sold for $27 on Poshmark. Some kids shoes can do really well depending on the brand. I usually look for brands that retail a little bit higher. They usually make, you know, the same shoes in the adult versions as well as the kid versions. And if I can get them at a low enough price, I will pick them up. Like I said, these sold for $27, so pretty good if you can get them under $5. These strawberry pattern Crocs actually sold over on eBay, I believe around $75. And these actually sold to an international buyer. They did take a little while to sell, probably because I had them priced on the higher end. But I'm really happy with the profit on that. Okay, and then we had some Uggs sell. These platform slippers in the pink colorway sold on Poshmark for $58. When I look for Uggs, I always look for the platform, the chunky ones, any bright patterns, colors. Those ones tend to sell a little bit faster for me. Okay, I have two items that I just picked out of this bin here. The first one is a John Varvatos men's vest. I love selling John Varvatos, especially in the men's boots and dress shoes. They sell really, really well. So definitely a good brand to keep an eye out for. And then this is a Lily Pulitzer dress. Another brand I like picking up. This one is a little more plain. It doesn't have, like, you know, all the pretty colors and patterns that you normally see on Lily Pulitzer. So I do feel like this one did take a little bit longer to sell, but it did go ahead and sell over on Poshmark. I'll pop the comp up on the screen. Okay, so the last thing that sold is over here on my little knickknack table. This is the Mr. Valley High mug here that I recently picked up at Goodwill. This sold in less than 24 hours for $42 over on Mercari. The best part is there's no seller fees on Mercari, so I make exactly $42. This Show Me Your Moo bikini top sold over on eBay for $25. I paid $4 for this, so not a bad flip. And then I sold these Nike gray sweatpants, like jogger pants. They sold for $20 on Poshmark. These were just from my personal closet. All right, guys, I just sold these. I actually just listed these and they sold very quickly over on Mercari for $32. It is a set of Polo Ralph Lauren pillowcases. I think I paid around $2 to $3 for these, and they sold for $32 on Mercari with no fees. So it's great. These Burberry flats, they took a while to sell, but they finally sold over on Poshmark for $90. All right, guys, we sold another breakable item that I'm a little nervous to ship over here on our little knickknack table. It is right back here. Let me see if I can grab it. It is pretty heavy. This is a really nice quality pottery piece, and this sold over on eBay. I think I took an offer of about $55. Let me see if it'll focus a little better here. There we go. I am a little bit nervous to ship this piece, mainly because it is breakable. Obviously, it's a larger piece, but mainly because of these handles here. So I think I'm going to use some pool noodles to kind of put around this. I'm going to cut up a pool noodle and then just try to secure this with lots of, paper and bubble wrap. Probably will double box this. I will put it in a box that it fits in, and then I will put that in a slightly larger box with some paper around it just to give it that extra layer of protection. But yeah, I'm super happy this sold. I did thrift this piece recently at Goodwill, and like I said, I think I took an offer for around $55. You guys will see the comp put up on the screen. All right, guys, so this is what I meant by the pool noodles. I just secured them around the handles, wrapped this in some styrofoam, and then I will package around this with lots of packing paper, maybe even a layer of bubble wrap, put that in a box, and then, like I said, probably double box it just because I'm nervous shipping breakable stuff. All right, guys, so here is the final box that I have it put in. So it is double boxed. It did cost me a little over $18 to ship this. I did charge the buyer $15 for shipping. That was kind of my estimate. So I did lose about $3 out of my profit to cover the total shipping cost for this. Unfortunately, the buyer is a little bit further away from where I live, but that is completely okay. I paid less than $10 for this vase, and I still made a profit after all fees of over $30. And I would just much rather have the extra protection for shipping. So I'm okay paying the $3, but yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, this makes it in one piece. So we just sold another item off of our little trinket table here. This item I just shared recently with you guys, I think in one of my most recent haul videos. I picked this up at the thrift store just because I could not leave it behind. Not a huge profit, but I'm super happy this found a home because I absolutely loved these. This is a pair of hand-painted wood napkin ring holders with the little stand. I think it's adorable that it comes with the little matching stand, so you can display this right on your kitchen shelves or your kitchen countertops, however you want to display it. But how pretty are these? I just think they're so beautiful. They don't match my kitchen, or I probably would have been tempted to keep this, but these ended up selling for $18 over on Poshmark. I have two t-shirts that I'm shipping out. This Tap Out MPS one is super cool. This one actually sold for my full asking price, which was $45 over on Mercari. And the Jimi Hendrix shirt is a liquid blue, but it is a newer. If it was on an older tag, it probably would have sold for more. But this was a newer one, and it sold on Poshmark for $22. All right, guys, so I am currently pulling some shoes to ship, and I have two of them set aside here that I thought were worth mentioning that I wanted to show you guys. These are just shoes that I don't mention, I guess, all of the time on this channel, but I did sell these Vans vintage. These are like vintage, very Y2K, early 2000s, maybe even 90s. I'm not exactly sure when they came out. They're Geoff Rowley. I don't know if I said that right. That's the skateboarder's name, but they're vintage fat tongue skateboarding Vans, and these ones always do super well for me, especially if I can find them with the big, puffy tongue. and anything cool on them. If they have skulls or anything cool, they always do a little better as well. And these ones actually sold on eBay for $70, so definitely something to be on the lookout for. And then I wanted to mention the Allbirds because I just picked these up and they sold very, very fast within a couple days of being listed on eBay. They're the tree toppers, the high top in the olive green, size 9 women's, and they sold for $38 on eBay. I just wanted to mention that because I know some people pass over Allbirds, but for some reason they just sell really well for me still. So I'm grabbing them if I can get them at the right price. They're not a huge sale. I would say anywhere between $25 up to maybe like $45 on average, depending on the style and the size, color, everything like that. But if I can get them at the right price, they usually sell pretty quick. So just wanted to mention those 2 pairs of shoes.